College. It's one of those precious things. New experiences, new people, new memories. For some, it's all fun and games aside from the schoolwork. For others, it's schoolwork and more work. For some, it's you have to work a job in order to pay for books. You have to work a job to buy necessities. And in the documentary, I will show how single, low-income students have to maintain and what it takes for them to strive and be the best to succeed. Chris Cornelian, a Savannah State financial counselor, elaborates on the obstacles and struggles single-parent, low-income students endure when pursuing financial funding.
Some of the main challenges that students and parents that I meet with share with me are, number one, the financial barrier. Many single-parent homes or single parents don't have enough money or finances to pay for their child's tuition. A lot of times the student has to work summer jobs after they graduate high school just to help with money for books. So financial, and then you have time barrier because a lot of students feel like they don't have enough time to accumulate enough resources to pay for school.
Mr. Cornelian also gives advice to upcoming students about things to be aware of ahead of time to try and avoid some of the hassle of registering for funds.
Students and parents, make sure you document everything. Some forms that you may not think you ever need, medical forms, or where you have situations where two parents may have been married but now they're separated. Have documentation for separation notice, divorce papers, or sometimes, sad to say, you have parents who lose both their parents. Students who lose both their parents, and once students fall into that situation, they need to have some type of documentation so that when the Department of Education has their random audits, then we'll have the documentation on file, and therefore we can approve the student to get certain aid. Whereas if it looked like both parents were earning a certain income the year before, but now their parents are no longer with them, then we can see or have a paper trail to show those changes have been made. So keep documentation. Number three, make sure you apply for any type of scholarships that you may think or don't think you're eligible for. Because sometimes if you don't have enough applicants, then you can end up getting a scholarship because they sometimes need to get rid of the money. And if you're the only applicant that's applying for the scholarship, guess what? You as a student will receive it. Exactly. So make sure you go to fastweb.com. That's a source where you can get tons of scholarships that you may be eligible for. And then you create a profile and they'll find scholarships that are catered or tailored to you. It's FastWeb. You can Google it, Fast, F-A-S-T-W-E-B. Okay, FastWeb. And then you have collegeboard.net. You can also Google that.
Cornelia also tells us that not in every case does a student with both parents have it easy when seeking financial funding.
First, before I go into the single-parent homes, sometimes there is a barrier or obstacle with two-parent homes. Sometimes the way that the Department of Education has their system set up to figure out who's going to get certain Pell Grants, for example, or how much Pell Grant. Many times if you have both parents working and they have just enough to cover the mortgage or just enough to cover the car payment and necessities around the house, they're not eligible to pay as much as they would like to for the college students' tuition.
Ori Thicklin, an upcoming Savannah State graduate, tells us what helps drive her to success towards graduation and what more than values her mom instilled into her and her siblings.
Mostly what drives me through the years is family. My family, they've been behind me since day one. And I'm the first person in my family to go to college. So I want to be the one that sets the bar for my nieces and nephews. Well, being that all my brothers and sisters are older than me, and I am the youngest child. And my brothers and sisters, they didn't quite finish high school or college, so it's like everything is on me. Like, I'm the one who's gonna be probably the breadwinner out of my family.
Story also tells us what she plans to do in the near future and how her jobs hopes to make a difference on the world.
My major is environmental science with a concentration in math and science. And with that, I want to be an environmental consultant, or I want to go to graduate school and get my master's in environmental policy or public health.
Okay, so what is the career field that you want to do? Like any certain career name, like specific?
I want to work for EPA, which is Environmental Protection Agency, or OSHA. Anything that has to do with the environment, like helping us go green.